which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is going on, Ghost Squad? Welcome to Tactical Tuesday. Today is October 10th, 2017. We want to welcome everybody to the show. We've got a really good show planned for you tonight, and we've got a full house here. Before we get going, I wanted to take a roll call out there on the YouTube side. We got AC97, Grim90, Other Travis, D Temps in the house, Night Strike, Patriot in the Dark, Rich White, the 1%. And the Outlaw. We've got Dead Horse, Roth, Rupan, a bunch of people on the Gun Channel side working double duty also. So, guys, welcome to the show. Some people are probably still watching Andalusian Armory, so we'll wait for them to get in. But before we get going, guys, I want to take care of a little bit of business. But I do have a special ops patron in the house. That's Patriot in the Dark. So I want to give a shout out to him. Thank you very much. And thank you to all my other patrons out there. I really appreciate it. I know that some of you guys don't think that a dollar here or there goes a long way, but it truly does. And I honestly, I appreciate all of your support. And thank you for everything you do for me and all the other gun channels, guys. Most of you guys are not just supporting me, but you are supporting all the other content creators as well. So thank you very much for that. If you are interested, the Patreon link is there in the lower third, patreon.com/Ghost Tactical. If you don't want to do that, hey, it's all cool. Just continue to like and share and all that good stuff. So we've got a really big house in the room tonight. So let's go through the room. Let's start out with Clover Tack. How's it going, my man?
What is up? Hey, everybody. Yeah, you know, people don't realize it, but you know, that $1 a month, it adds up, and eventually it will buy you a brand new lawn chair, right? So,
That's
hey.
right.
Wow, how
yeah,
long do you have to wait for that?
Would you just shut up? Nobody asked you. He asked me. He said Clover. He didn't say
right.
Night Strike. So shut up, Jonas. Okay.
Jonas is in the hizzy. So since you're already talking, Jonas, go ahead. You're next. What can we do for you, Jonas?
I have to respond to Clover.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Fuck you, Clover. You shut up.
And, hey, who is Jonas?
All right, we have a couple big guests tonight. I want to thank the host of the Early Watch and one of the hosts of the Daily Gun Show, Jimmy James, out in Arizona. Welcome, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to be here. Thanks for hosting the chat.
Absolutely. And we've got the Godfather himself, G-Webs, out in Arizona. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for the invite.
Mr. Happy himself. I love it when he talks because he's just there. I've already talked to Night Strike, so we're not going to go back to you, but we're going to go to a guy who is getting ready to start some content. He had his first live chat last night just to kind of feel things out, but I believe he's going to have maybe one tonight. Go ahead, Outlaw. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Thanks for the invite. Night Strike, just sit in the corner, man. Please. I don't want Clover getting upset. You trigger him, we've all had it.
Nope.
Go put the dunce cap on. All right. Outlaw, are you going to have something tonight, or are you not sure yet?
I'm not sure what's going to happen. We'll see.
There you go. So be looking out for Outlaw. Too Hottie out from Washington State. What's going on, my man?
Not much. How's everybody doing?
We're good. Before we get going, guys, I always like to talk about it a little bit. Most everybody by now, between mine and everyone. Hey, what's up, Hemi? Sean Callanan is in the hizzy. Kenneth Semity. I hope I'm not butchering that. Welcome, Kenneth. I don't remember your name, so welcome, man. If you're first time here, we're going to have a good time tonight. Before I get going, we always like to talk about gun channels for a second. Always take a few minutes. Gun Channels is a great community. GunChannels.com. I will put the link over on the side chat. Or if one of my amazing mods out there will put the link out there, that'd be wonderful. But Gun Channels is a great community for pro-gun and two-way supporters. Most of your content creators that you like to watch throughout the week on their live chats are all over on Gun Channels. So the great thing about it more than anything else is there is a 24-hour lobby chat. And that's a place where it's kind of like the water cooler at the office where you can jump on in if you want to and be involved with the actual chat itself, or hang out in the chat room and make comments and you know, do a little bit of trolling if you'd like. It's always fun. But more importantly, guys, this is the place to get together, talk guns, but understand that we are human beings. So we talk about much more than just guns. There can get some interesting conversations going. But if you guys haven't checked it out yet, it is free to join. It's GunChannels.com. So if you're interested, I will put the link over here. Let's see here, GunChannels.com. There you go. Other Travis already put in there. Budget Guns and Gear. What's going on? Hey, Budget put out a pretty awesome video response to the drill of the month already. He actually went with 2 guns, so you guys better step up your game. He's already posted that video response, so we're starting to get a good enough crowd in here, so we will start going. Guys, do you have anything to say? I'm not necessarily going to run through the room, but go ahead and jump in. Anything about Gun Channels? Everyone's been here a lot longer than I have, except for Ellis, but you know, obviously, G, you can talk about how you started gun websites and Gun Channels, but is there anything else you guys want to talk about Gun Channels at this time?
Just want to ask anybody that's not here over on Gun Channels already, why not?
All right, we did have a late comer to the show from Texas. Actually, he lives in Texas. He's not from Texas, but Dr. No, how are you doing, my man?
And sneak in anywhere.
That's right. He's going, let's see here. I hear you. Let's see here. We're going to try to have some fun tonight. There's some topics that we're going to get into that, as we like to say, will take us down the rabbit hole. So let's see here. Mid Tennessee. Hey man, are you wanting to join? I know we talked about you getting in tonight. I didn't hear back from you. If you want to, go ahead and I'll tell you what. I will send you a link. And if you'd like to join in, I know that you've been trying to for a while, but if you would like to, I will send you a link real quick. Hold on here. Sorry, guys. Hold on here. I've been trying to get him on for a while, and he's been having issues with being online. So there you go. I sent you a link in the Gun Channel side, and if you want to join in, we'd love to have you. All right, guys. So like I said, we're going to talk about real quick is Mel the Nut. What's going on, my man? Antifa, whatever the hell you want to call these idiots. Obviously, it's been news that they are planning a quote-unquote revolution on November 4th. The reason why I bring this up is I literally heard a term being used today called the Antifa Purge. And it's actually gone to the point where they're talking about having a violent revolution to overthrow the government and all of that. That being said, I want to go through the room real quick and kind of get your thoughts on a question is, are there any local Antifa chapters or supporters in your local area or close to you? And 2, if there is a revolution in your area, quote unquote, or a purge, quote unquote, how will you be spending November 4th? So I'm interested to hear what you think, and we'll go ahead and start with the newcomer, Dr. No. What's going on? Do you have any Antifa guys down there in Central Texas? And 2, if they are going to be around, do you plan on staying the hell away or what?
Well, it's Austin, so yeah, they're here.
They're there. Pretty liberal city.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna pop popcorn because there's a whole bunch of people live in Texas longer than me, been waiting for this. So I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Somebody wants to invite me to the party, I'm down, but
Right. No, better not steal my fun. I'm first.
Exactly. You respect the house you're in.
Yeah. Well, Clover, what about you?
You know, up here where I'm at, Matt always talks, he always talked about kind of being in the butthole of Texas or whatever way down there. And up here, I always say this is the armpit, unfortunately. No, it's pretty rural here. And I don't know of any, and I will say this, if they are planning something stupid like that, God help them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. It could get interesting. Jimmy, what's going on up there in the Phoenix area?
Well, I'm running into a kind of a difficult problem here. I'm trying to prep, and I don't know exactly what kind of spread I should get. If I should get like the mild con queso dip, or I don't know.
Well, we have
be
our
wings,
local
though.
prepper, Mid Tennessee Outdoors is as a local prepper. He might be able to help you with that. What's going on, my man? Welcome to the show.
All I can say is Jimmy, get some nachos ready.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And hey, there will be wings. I promise that.
G Webs, you have any party plans for November 4th? I know he was going through some technical stuff earlier. I don't know if he's able to talk right now.
Not really.
Okay. Let's see. Night Strike, everything. What's going on? Hello.
Do we need to pause?
My wife's arm is famous now. Night Strike. I'll go Night Strike and Ellis. What's going on in South Carolina?
Oh, we're throwing a party.
Yeah, we're throwing.
Well, y'all are Hatfield, so you know.
Me and Ellis are probably gonna, hang out,
barbecue,
wait for something to happen, just so we can point and laugh.
Pitch some horseshoes, clean some guns. Just
the only thing. There's a lot of liberals in like downtown Old Charleston, and there's a lot of liberals in Mount Pleasant, which is right across the bridge from Charleston. So those areas are where it's really, really liberal. The further you go away from downtown Charleston and Mount Pleasant, it becomes less and less liberal. It goes straight until you go to Hilton Head Island in Beaufort. Then you get it back a little bit,
which is my area.
So.
There you go. Hottie, what's going on? Are you around the Seattle area or where?
Yeah, I'm South Seattle.
Okay.
I honestly don't know if I'm sure they're around. I don't know what they got going, what they got planned, but I hear Jaeger's offering them free trainings. But so
I wasn't going to bring that up. I really wasn't going to bring that up. But
after watching that video, yeah, so free training for all Antifa members, and I don't think there'll be many left after that training class.
Yeah.
Thank God he's on the west side of the state.
Speaking of Tennessee, I've been trying to. He watches pretty much all the shows, and I've been trying to get him on for around about a month or so. I really enjoy his channel. He's not just a prepper, obviously. He does a lot of good stuff on there, but part of what he does is a prepper. But Mid Tennessee Outdoors, I think Clover has actually been trying to get you on as well. So welcome to the show. I'm glad you're finally able to make it. Tell us a little about yourself and your channel and all that good stuff.
Well, my channel is mainly guns, outdoors, fishing. I think Clover is trying to get me into hunting, which could happen. And just great outdoors, period. Camping, backpacking. My background is I'm an Eagle Scout. So
nice.
So yeah, I've been outdoors quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of my life. So.
And you're on the eastern side of Tennessee, correct?
No. I'm
you're on the western side.
Middle Tennessee.
Oh, you're Middle Tennessee. Okay. Are you by Jackson area or Nashville or where?
Nashville.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Nashville's a good town. I've had a lot of good times in Nashville.
Yeah, I have too. Some of them I can't talk about.
I understand. There's a lot of stuff on this show that we won't be talking about except for off air. Nashville's
and off air is where the good shit happens. You people have no clue.
All fair is where the good shit happens. I'll give you that. So that's we've had some good stuff off air. But as far as the Nashville area, is there a contingency of Antifa that you know about, or have you heard anything about November 4th in your area?
Honestly, if there is, they're awful quiet.
Okay.
They're awful quiet because let's face it, there's too many rednecks around here to start kind of doing that kind of crap. I mean, honestly, and of course you go now, Memphis area, they have some issues. I mean, there are some issues in the Memphis area.
There are, and they're right across the river from us. So
yeah, you start going from Memphis, you get into Nashville, it gets a lot better, and you go to East Tennessee. Well, that's where the moonshine's made. So
they probably don't want to go there.
No.
I think now, Outlaw, you lived over in Chattanooga at one point, didn't you? That's like Southeast Tennessee.
Dude, I have lived all over
Southeast.
Tennessee. I've lived in Knoxville, Alcoa, Greenville.
It sounds like your picture might be on the post office wall. Is that correct? Is that why you're moving around so much?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I think we have the petition to change November 4th to National Ned Beatty Day.
Ned Beatty Day.
Oh,
God. Oh, wow.
That's bad.
Let's see. Anthony Princeton, the YouTube side, says he's in Chicago, so no shortage of Antifa, although many are probably middle-class suburbanites. I might have cousins in Antifa, but I haven't talked to them since they overreacted after the election. Yeah, I would imagine that there's all sorts of stuff going on in Chicago.
I mean, if they're in Chicago, they're probably not going to start anything on the 4th because, who knows, they might get hit by gang members. They'll just stay in.
Hey, with their gun laws, they shouldn't be having any trouble.
Well,
so last year in Texas, there was some heavy metal band playing downtown. I don't even know who it was, but it's like one of these hardcore thrash metal bands. So Antifa decided that they were going to protest this concert because the heavy metal is white racist music, near Nazis. Okay. So the John Brown Gun Club said, hey, we got your back. We should rally together. So they said, hey, and then Antifa decided they weren't going to show up, and the John Brown Gun Club showed up at this concert themselves.
Nice.
And they didn't leave. The crowd like literally surrounded them, and these were just concert goers. This wasn't like any special event, but they were like on all the weird bulletin boards like 4chan and stuff, like crying about it for days.
Wow. I'm actually kind of giving them a little props for standing their ground. I mean, obviously there wasn't a riot or anything, but most of them just would have left. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
they didn't cause a riot though, so I mean, I guess they're really not true Antifa because they would have caused a riot, or they would have tried to at least. Let's see here. I'm in Arkansas, and we do have two separate sects of these idiots. One is the John Brown Gun Club. They have a chapter, and actually it's up there by where Foose lives. So I would really like to hear what Foose is going to be doing November 4th. Then the second one was, ironically, it's called the Central Arkansas Antifa, and it's based out of a town down south. And they actually literally they tried to hold a, I wouldn't call it a protest. It was a gathering, and basically got laughed and run out of that town. So Arkansas is a little bit different. There are a lot of Democrats in the state because there's a lot of farmers in the state. But we kind of heard this discussion a little bit. I don't know if it was during the Daily Gun Show or if it was just on the lobby chat about not all Democrats are anti-gun. There are a lot of people in Arkansas that will vote Democrat because they are farmers, and the federal government will subsidize a lot of their crops and all of that. That being said, they're all hunters and good old boys with guns. So it's an interesting thing that I think that they might have thought, since there's a lot of Democrats in the state, that would go differently for them. They literally got laughed and ran out of town after one of their gatherings. So I thought that was relatively funny. And I truly hope that something happens because that would be as good as Super Bowl Sunday when November 4th happens. That would be really, really fun to watch. And I really hope someone comes around my house because Yeah, I don't think they will because I live out in the middle of nowhere, but it would be fun. So, now one of the reasons why I brought this up, and this is a little comic relief here, is this. One of the terms that was used was the Antifa purge, and I literally heard that term used today. And I guess they've said that they would not be above using violence to overthrow the U.S. government, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to take this away from Antifa and just sit there and say, is there a point in American history that you think that a purge type situation would ever be a reality? I love the movies, but I think the concept of the purge is kind of odd in reality. But stranger things have happened. Is a purge something that that the people of America might be on board with eventually, or what do you guys think?
As in purging America of Antifa?
Well, I would like to do that, but just a purge in general, based on the scale of what the movies are, where you have a day where there are no laws, anything goes, you can do whatever you want. Does the concept of that purge, is that something that America, not just us in this room, but America would ever be interested in to kind of cleanse away some of, I don't know what they would call it, but they cleansed away some of the anger that they had inside of them, built over a year, and they let it all out and all that good stuff. It's a weird question, I know, but like I said, I saw the word purge being used, and so it kind of threw me for a loop. So is a purge something that you guys would enjoy doing or not?
I'm not gonna lie. One day ain't a big enough bone to get me to behave the other 364 days of the year. We want to talk about like once a week, once a month or something. You may get
So
my
you're wanting a
attention.
monthly purge. You're wanting a monthly purge. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, you know, you can't keep your dog under the porch just petting him once a year.
I'm wanting to see what the comments sound here when I brought purge up. Here we go. Let's see here. Anybody else have any comments on the purge? Like I said, I just thought it was interesting that the word purge was used with this Antifa revolution.
Does Antifa know what the word means?
Probably not.
That's the problem.
They wouldn't even get it from osmosis if a dictionary was thrown at them.
I saw a this is maybe a week or two ago. I saw I don't know if it was a recruiting video or I don't really know what it was, but it was a video that I saw about Antifa, and it was discussing their philosophies and all that. And I was like, these people are so dumb that they think this is like a recruiting video, and it's actually going to make people sit there and say, okay, I already thought you were crazy. Now I know you're batshit crazy. So these people are not the brightest people in the world that I've seen. I'm sure there's some intelligent people, but they're not very smart, common sense wise. Let's see here.
You saw the video of Crowder and his people going and doing the whole undercover thing, didn't you?
I did.
That was ridiculous and hilarious.
It was, I thought it was more hilarious, but it was extremely ridiculous. But kudos to him for doing that. That was pretty good, actually.
So what I got a kick out of that was the factor that even though he did all this and he recorded everything, apparently the media didn't want to cover any of it.
Right.
Well, I got a question. What did Crowder do? I have to be honest. Anything that says Antifa and it's a video, I just scroll right past it. So,
well, I'll tell you what. I'll you guys keep talking there, Night Strike, and I will go find it real quick and put the link.
Okay, what he did was he and some of his crew went undercover, and joined Antifa to catch them in the act of doing something illegal, like they've been doing, and more or less they got everything recorded. And they went and reported these individuals, and they got arrested. Now they had all this footage of it, and the local media and even some of the national media didn't even want any of this footage. Didn't want to cover it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm putting the link in the YouTube and in the internal and on the Gun Channel side. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. It's a good watch.
It is. Let's see here. What did Pink say? I'm saying laughing their ass off. Oh, okay. You must have put something official Columbus, Ohio, Antifa. What is this link?
Oh, it's funny.
Okay, they've got a Facebook. Okay. I'm maybe going to go there. All right. So I really didn't want to give a whole lot of Antifa, but I did want to kind of see what the Antifa thing was going to be around your area if you were going to have something. Like I think Jimmy has the best idea. Let's get some nachos and let's just enjoy the shit, because I don't think it would last too long. I don't think this is going to be like a Cuban Revolution or anything. So I don't think they're going to overthrow a government. But that would be really fun for them to try. I give them all the kudos in the world to try, but it might end up badly for them.
Cuban Revolution. It won't even be a Cuban sandwich, man. It's gonna be
that Cuban sandwich is pretty damn good. That's one of my favorite sandwiches.
Here's the thing, though. The upside to all of this, if they actually do get stupid and try anything, especially if they've got firearms, think about all the free guns you could just walk out and pick up.
Well, you probably had to get there before the cops start chalking the bodies up, but yeah, there will be until the police show up for evidence. There will be guns lying around.
Yeah, well, pick up an AK here, a high point there.
Hey, you might be able to get you might be able to save Chris that day. I don't know. You never know. There might be a Chris out there. Might find a Desert Eagle.
If I find a Desert Eagle, I'm going to gift that one to Night Strike.
I'll take it.
Okay. Night Strike's going to carry it. He's gonna put that in a holster. That's going to be a CCW.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there is no way I can CCW a Desert Eagle. There's just no way.
Yeah, it won't fit in the glove compartment of the minivan.
I think you should try.
I don't have the van anymore.
Andre the Giant couldn't CCW a Desert Eagle.
I don't know. I think he might. He's 7 feet tall, 400 pounds. He might.
He was.
He could hide it within the rolls, All right. So we're gonna get away from Antifa shit. Before we go, it's halfway. It's the 30-minute mark, so I always do a military moment. This military moment is going to be a little bit different than most of them. It's going to be more of a announcement for all you veterans out there. I'm sure you're aware that there was a law passed. Actually, it was not really a law. It was a veterans. I don't know if it was a law or not. It's not really. Anyways, the Veterans Affairs decided that in June there was going to be the availability for veteran identification cards for all veterans. Previously, there were cards available to certain veterans that had health benefits through the VA and all of that. But I think there was a pretty large contingency of veterans that would have liked to have had an ID card that proved that they were veterans, because most of us that we don't carry around our DD-214s with us. It is what it is, but it went through, and there was an announcement made yesterday for all you veterans. Starting in November, you can go to va.gov and start registering for, if you choose to have one, a veterans identification card, which I think people know how I feel about people asking for military discounts. I think I've made that plainly clear in the previous chats. But there are people that will openly offer discounts to military and veterans. So if they do that, this is a way that you can now prove that you are a veteran, which I think is pretty cool. There is also going to be a commerce section through the VA. I don't think they're sponsoring, but they're partnered with a bunch of online retailers that will offer veteran discounts and military discounts. So once you have this card and you're registered with the VA with this card, then you will have basically an ID number type thing, and they'll verify that you're a veteran, and you can get discounts. So if you guys are interested in that, I will be getting one just because. Why not? But if you guys are any veterans out there that are wanting that will become available in November. So that being said, I don't know if you guys. I don't know if any of you guys are veterans in here, are you? Um, I don't. I don't think so. Oh, I think G
G.
was in the army. G was in the army, so I don't know if G would want to go and get a VA ID card or not. Is that something you'd be interested in?
No, I don't think so because
Yeah.
I'm not a big ID fan, but also I never take advantage of any discounts or anything.
Yeah. I've never once asked for a discount, and I've actually chewed people out publicly for asking for one. But I'll probably get it. What's that?
I don't mind if a place wants to give it or if they want to give handicaps parking spaces or something, but I also don't expect special treatment. And
That's right.
then, but I think if somebody got all beat the shit out of, then yeah, if somebody wants to give them a discount or give them a special parking space, then go for it.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to take.
I'm the same way. If go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just not going to take a spot of one of those guys.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I think I've made this clear. I went off on a little rant a few weeks ago on I saw, for those of you that missed it, I'm not going to get into the rant, but I will bring it up. I was at I'll say an establishment that sells books. It's coffee. And this guy went irate on a college girl who's probably working herself through college because they only offered military discounts to servicemen that were in uniform. We have an Air Force base here in Arkansas. He's a veteran. He went off on her, and he basically made her cry. The manager had to come out and excuse her. So I felt, since he made her cry, that I would probably make him cry, and yeah, I got pretty close. And I have no understanding as to why someone feels they need to be honored with a discount because they served, and I made it plainly clear that that's not why we serve. We serve to protect the rights and freedoms and protect the Constitution of the United States, including the freedom of any business that wishes to run their business how they want. And you're not going to hold them hostage because, holy cow, you know what? My damn patches keep falling off. You're not going to hold them hostage because you served in the military, and it is what it is. So that being said, any of you guys that want to go to the VA and get your ID card, absolutely go for it. The VA does do a lot of good things. So, like I said, I think a lot of them have already, the people that are getting health benefits from the VA probably already have a card, but this will be open to any veteran that wishes to do so. There is a verification process, and it'll go through it on the VA if you wish to do that. So, guys, go check that out should you want to. The next one, which is where it's going to take us down the rabbit hole. And I actually brought this up to Jimmy and to G on the Daily Gun Show as a possible topic for kind of stuff that they were talking about earlier in the week about possible topics. I brought it up to the NRA, and as we all know, the NRA has had an interesting week, I would say. I'll just say that they've had an interesting week, and I think that they are becoming a polarizing organization, where I think that they are trying. I don't know if they're trying to, but they are. They're trying to position themselves. They already are the big dog of the pro-gun lobbyists, but I think that might be changing. I think they've pissed off a lot of people from comments and joint statements that they've made on their website. And then LaPierre going on TV and a couple other people from the NRA going on TV and thinking that they're cleaning this up, and it's actually making it even worse. So the question that I will post to the room, and if you wish not to answer, it's fine. I have no problem with that. But should we continue to support the NRA? Should we be skeptical of the NRA? And if you choose to leave the NRA, what are some of the other alternative two-way and pro-gun lobby organizations that we all need to be working? And I'll start out by saying this. I did not renew my NRA membership. I know that there are some people on this panel that are NRA certified instructors, and you probably have to keep your certification up. But I'm going to go get my certification through USCCA. But I sent my money to GOA. I sent my money to Second Amendment Foundation. And a lot of others. And the ironic thing is there is a local, that's a state organization called the Arkansas Rifle and Pistol Association that I would love to join. The problem is they're an NRA affiliate and they require NRA membership to join their organization. So I sent I thought it was a very professional and well thought out email to them and said, look, I understand that you're an affiliate, but you need to understand that not a lot of people are agreeing what the NRA is doing right now, and you're alienizing yourself by forcing your members to be a member of the NRA when people might not want to do that. You might want to look at your bylaws and say, maybe we should open this up to non-NRA members because you might get a lot more members. And they respectfully sent a 2-sentence email back saying, thank you for your email. We may bring this up at our next board meeting, but don't suspect it will get any discussion. So there you go. But, the NRA, where are we at with the NRA, guys? What do you personally feel about the NRA? And we need to talk about maybe some alternate 2A and pro-gun lobby organizations that are out there. If people are looking to leave the NRA, where can they go and support? Obviously, you can go support the Gun Show Loophole Tour as well. But other than that, let's talk about the rooms, and we'll start. Clover, what do you think about what's going on with the NRA? I know that you have a specific issue with the NRA, but you also have certification you've got to keep up with as well, correct?
Yeah, I do. Well, I don't know. I really don't know where to start. So I will start at the top. How about that?
There you go.
LaPierre.
Yep.
I've had a problem with LaPierre ever since he's come in, and things have just progressively gotten worse. And I'm not even speaking strictly from the legislative standpoint. That gets into a whole other thing that people need to realize, that the NRA is this octopus organization. It's got the legislative branch. It's got a training branch. It's got a competition branch. It's got a charitable arm, tentacle, whatever you want to call it. Bad management at the top and bad press in one arm hurts all of that, which is not good. There's actually some good things going on good things that the NRA is doing. And then it gets contradicted by other things. Now, the language that they use in a lot of their statements is political language, and that speaks a lot to LaPierre, because that's his style, and I don't like that. So you've got a divide. You've got the people that are we're divided into, I don't know, maybe even 3 or 4 different camps. I think my camp is probably the smallest group of people, but as far as support, what I'm going to do is I've already done it. And that's, my family, that sort of thing doesn't have to be members. Now, unfortunately for me to retain the certifications and stuff, I have to have that. So, folks out there that are like me, demagogue me, hate on me all you want. And that's why I try to say that. But, do I keep my certification and affect my principles, morals, and everything else, and move the Second Amendment ball forward through, hundreds of youth, parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, the community? Or do I pettily, throw that away to try to poke this big, huge bear with a little tiny stick that really does no good? And it's a decision that I've made. I mean, I'm going to continue to do it specifically so they house that. And again, I go back to putting that into perspective by saying I don't agree with their legislative arm at all, or the head of the organization. And I think if people, you got to find some kind of rationalization sometimes. And unfortunately, that's my rationalization on it.
I understand 100%. No, what you got?
No, I just think it's cool what Clover just said, because at least he's taken his certifications and he's putting them for good use and hopefully exposing people, especially kids, to things that are, you know, more positive and completely outside the whole political scope of the NRA. And so my feeling is this. I mean, I gave up on the NRA a long time ago. I'm a Second Amendment Foundation guy. And the NRA, in my opinion, they need to bin their whole political lobby thing, because that is nothing more than a part of the dog and pony show that they're playing. And their training and education programs have been stellar for years, and I think they should put their time in there and bow out of the political arena, because they're not making anything better.
Good point. Jimmy, what you got?
I'm in total agreement with no right now. I feel like they're just pandering and doing stuff like right now just to make themselves look good. Am I still a member? Yes. Unfortunately, it's happened and I'm still a member, but I've been sending in my fair share of emails and hoping maybe I can get around to voting time and
yeah.
Hopefully do
and
some
that's
good.
something that we've actually talked about quite a bit is you know, I am not renewing my membership to NRA. Maybe I will when LaPierre is no longer in office, and I hope that that's sooner than later. But I'm not saying that I'm never going to be a supporter of the NRA. I just don't believe in the direction that they are going right now. There is still some good that can happen with the NRA. They still hold a lot of clout in Washington, so hopefully they use that clout for positive things. But yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, Jimmy. It's a slippery slope we're going through with the NRA right now.
Yeah, and I've had my money riding with Gun Owners of America for a while, and USCCA, their little insurance thing that they got. So
USCCA is
other
really
options.
good, and they also do offer classes for instructors if you want to do that. If you're looking for an alternate to the NRA instructors, USCCA does do an instructor series. Speaking of Gun Owners of America, I'm becoming kind of got a little crush on Eric Pratt. Is it just me, or there is a video that he went toe to toe with some British guy on CNN a few days ago and just absolutely smoked this guy. Every time this guy tried to corner Pratt, he came out guns a-blazing. I'm going to put the link in the YouTube and the gun channels. Guys, if you're interested and you don't know much about the Gun Owners of America, the GOA, it's a really cool thing. But Eric Pratt is the executive director of it, and he goes on to CNN and some of these stuff all the time. But he actually, I tell you what, he went head to head with this guy on CNN and just shut him down. This video is about a 10-minute video of a one-on-one, and this guy had no shot. It was awesome. So if you guys are looking, Second Amendment Foundation is wonderful. The GOA is also the cool thing about the GOA is you can send them a donation. You can do, there's several different ones. You can do a monthly donation. I think it's the Patriot level, which is what I do. You send them X amount of dollars a month. But there's also a matching one where they have other companies and other businesses that will, every dollar that's raised through this one will be matched, which is a cool thing. So check out the GOA as well. G, you feeling like talking or everything good? I know you had some pretty strong opinions on the NRA and what we should or shouldn't do a couple of days ago. So if you're around, I'd like to hear what you were talking about a couple of days ago.
Everybody's got to make their own decision. It's a big organization. It has a danger of, if we all look at it and go, oh, well, the NRA, you know, is the thing that they hate, so the NRA is valid because of that, then what if there wasn't an NRA? What would they hate? So we've had the NRA for a while. I don't know if there's a right answer, but
no, there's not. It's one of so what we're trying to figure out. Has the NRA, in your opinion, has the NRA itself run its course and it's time for a new big dog, or is that something that we even think about?
I don't know if we need a big dog. We've had this dynamic for a long time, that's for sure, and they certainly haven't done anything good for us at all, let alone lately, except for when you're talking about training and ranges and stuff that they started out to do. But I agree with whoever said get rid of them on the ILA already. They need to leave that to the people who know what they're doing. Plus, I don't think.
All right, Jonas. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it tactically better to have an inept target for the Hillary? Is it better that she goes after the NRA and the NRA doesn't do anything? Or would it be better if somebody who was 6 people who were light on their feet were going after Hillary?
Right.
Do we want one guy who just sits there and doesn't fight with her, or do we want 6 people who are willing to kill her?
Absolutely. Jonas, what you got? I feel a rant coming.
Well, my rant, you'll have to wait for it because I gotta go set up hit or miss.
Oh hell, I should have got you first. My bad.
So I'll see you guys later. I gotta go set up hit or miss. Maybe we'll just continue discussing this hit or miss. Who knows?
You got it.
And not for nothing, but I think you should get your money back for those defective patches there, dude. I mean, like, you're veteran.
This guy
higher
I know
quality
sent me
than
a box of patches, and I thought, man, this is awesome. He sent me a box of patches, and it's just great 'cause I love some of the stuff that's in there. But shit, they don't work.
I sent you all the broken ones.
He sent me the broken. There's a reason why he sent me free patches. I try to pay the guy, and he says, no. Now I know why. And it's actually my double-sided tape that ain't working. So
you can get Velcro strip.
I'm gonna go do that. I just didn't literally forgot about doing that. But yeah, I'll be doing that before next week. But anyways, but yeah, this guy down in Austin sent me a box of patches, and freak him. Send me some defective stuff.
They're knockoffs.
Yeah, you got your own little factory down there, don't you? Don't be lying. All right, Mid Tennessee. What are your thoughts on the NRA or anything like that?
Well, I am paid up, so I'm still a member, but I'm also throwing money towards the local organization here, which is Tennessee Firearms Association, and they're not affiliated with anybody.
That's good to hear.
They've done a lot of stuff that last few years, getting things. They're working on getting some of the laws that just the crazy stuff that can't go in a park, you can't do this, and they're erasing those. City I live in, Mount Juliet, I can go to a city park, carry my gun all day long, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Ellis, what you got? Okay.
No.
All right, Hottie, what you got, Hottie?
No, I'm not asleep, I promise.
Oh, okay.
I was snooping. No, man, seriously, I think the biggest problem in the NRA right now is leadership. We need to get people in there that are fired up about pro-gun issues, Second Amendment issues, and are willing to stand up and say and do what it takes to support us. And the people that's in there now aren't, period.
Yeah. Hottie, what you got?
Well, I was supposed to renew my NRA membership, back in July or something like that, and just never got around to it. So if I had at that point in time, I'd have a decision on my hands on what I wanted to do. But my whole thing right now is I'm not renewing it. I'll put that money towards the Second Amendment Foundation, which just happens to be based out of Washington State here, out of Bellevue, Washington, and GOA, and then might have to do some research and find another, home state, smaller grassroots organization.
I'm going to go through. It's obviously sparked some conversation out in the chat, so I'm going to go through a couple of these. AC97 said, considering the NRA's history of compromising, I think your money is better spent regardless, or should I say compromising. We never get anything for losing the cake. Let's see. Foul Mouse of the Second Amendment Foundation said their 2 cents on that matter. Let's see here. Sean Callahan says, I'm spending my money on whoever runs against Claire McCaskill. That's a good one. Travis, I'm going to mess up this last name. Teominen. I don't know. Talmanen. Sorry, bro. Travis T. I'll call you Travis T. How about that? I can't bring myself to give the NRA money. It's better spent on Second Amendment Foundation, my state group, Florida Carry, etc. Let's see here. Travis says NRA needs a financial hit to see the light. I'm going to go down here. Clover actually responds, with the current top-tier administration, they would simply rob the arms of the organization that are actually doing the good. Eventually, it would work. Eventually. I think that's very true. We're going to get down to other Travis, Midnight Range TM. He said, I feel like it used to be the NRA needed us and we needed them. But now we don't need them as much as they act like we can't live without them. They aren't working on our best interests anymore. Yeah, I think that is. I think they got a little too big for their britches, maybe. You know, several. I mean, was it 5 million or is it 3 million members of the NRA? That's a large number. They do hold a lot of clout in Washington. They really, really do. But if they're not doing anything with that clout, we should not. We have a Republican president, we have a Republican Congress, we have a Republican Senate, and we're still to this day not sure if the Share Act's going to pass and the National Reciprocity Bill is going to pass. We shouldn't have these doubts with the Republican executive and legislative branch and the NRA, as big as they are, holding the power that they say they do. We shouldn't be worried about if these are going to pass or not. And I think that everyone is worried if these are going to pass or not. Budget Guns and Gear says, I think the NRA is necessary, but right now they can eat a bag of something. I will support them, but I will also join the GOA and SAF. Absolutely. Let's see here. My biggest thing is, and I don't know if it is the case, I don't know if the NRA is going to listen to us and maybe rework their structure of their officers or not, but what would it take for them to make a change at the top, get LaPierre out of there? Is it going to take a mass exodus of members leaving the NRA or what? I mean, is there hope that they see the light and make us a sudden change, or are they going to sit there and say, we are who we are, we're going to do what we do, and to hell with you? I don't know. Does anybody have the answer for that?
Yeah, I've got a feeling that I don't know. I think as far as on the legislative side of things, again, until you can get the upper tier, Pierre, and the rest of them, get those guys replaced with people who don't act like politicians, then I don't think you're going to see any good from that legislative side.
Do you see LaPierre leading the NRA very much longer, or do you think he's here for a while?
I hope not. I mean, this has caused a whole lot of friction that I'm hoping we'll make them start taking a look at that for sure. But this is something that I pushed here in Texas for a while, because I'm the regional director here for Texas State Rifle Association, which is our state level organization. And it doesn't require NRA membership either, by the way.
So you're not an official affiliate with the NRA?
No. And so anyway, the one of the statements I made here for years and years and years, the organization here has been around for 100 years or 109 years, or I don't even know, a long time. And it's only recently that it's been brought up. It's like, if anybody knows about the TSRA here in Texas, they only know about it as far as legislative issues. Mm-hmm. They don't really get out there and push their charitable and their matches and their education and all the other stuff. And I told them, I'm like, guys, y'all have to do a better job of showing people that, their money goes to a lot more than just, lobbying politicians, and I think that, I think the NRA, I think maybe it's time to get somebody in there that kind of restores a balance. I think for a while, because when I say I haven't liked LaPierre since he come in, it's because there's been changes to all of those other arms. It was a ripple effect. Yeah, now we're seeing legislative and these problems and everything else, but I've been seeing other issues with these other arms that I deal with on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And I've been seeing that for a while since LaPierre come in. And, I think we're going to have to get a balance. And I think that if you have people that understand that, the more people we have out there, when you're using that education and you're using that charitable arm and you're using that all the stuff, you're creating more awareness. Okay. You're rallying more of a base, you're creating more support. And then when that happens, I think that, there's a situation, and not pulling away from the legislative branch and the stupid things they say and do, but, or the legislative arm, I should say. But when you can reach and affect and more people and make them pro second, then that reflects with elections and with who gets voted in and our politicians, not just at the national level, but state and local levels as well. So, I think it's important that the focus of any pro second organization be put primarily on, growing a base and educating a base and supporting a base, rather than working with politicians. If you wrestle with pigs, you get dirty, right? I mean, am I wrong?
No, I think that, and I think that there is a lot to be said about. It's not just happening recently. The problems with the NRA is not just a recent thing. I think there has been a trend over the last several years that, they are transitioning in from being a pro-gun lobbyist organization to a power play, strong arm almost, and it almost makes the gun lobby look bad because the media will depict this as the NRA strong arming politicians, and maybe that's what they need to do at certain times. But I think you're right. There is, on the legislative side, there are some things, and it's not just about what's being said out there; it's what they're doing or what they're not doing. So yeah, and it's been going on for a while now. I think it's just coming to light because they're in the front and center right now. But I think that there have been a couple organizations that have, in the last week, have taken a step up in the community's eyes, the gun community's eyes, as a positive light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's the GOA and the SAF. Ironically, G spent the weekend literally right before this incident at the gun rights policy conference in Dallas, hosted by, among others, SAF, GOA, and all of them. So, if you guys haven't checked out some of that stuff, go to Gun Website's YouTube channel, and he did stream. Basically, it came out to about what, 12, 14 hours worth of material from those 2 days over there, and it was pretty good stuff. But
that was all live, though. If you watch the Polite Society podcast, that'll be like off the main board for audio, and then the camera pointed at them, I think, more like straight on. So they edited it and stuff. So check out the Polite Society podcast for like a decent production video of it, or production produced version of it.
Yeah. They had the feed directly from the microphone?
Yeah, they just weren't able to do it live, but they were recording it right off the board. So their version of it is going to be better after the fact than mine was during. So yeah. Mine was during and like live, but like I say, theirs is better to check out after. Yeah. But I think you're right about, I don't know, with the NRA, I think the problem we have, or the issue I see with them, I don't know if it's a problem, I guess it's a problem, that like Hillary and whoever can just say the NRA, the NRA, the NRA. Yeah. And the NRA was perfect, that'd be fine, but they're not. And I was listening to some blowhard the other day at breakfast, talking so loud the whole restaurant could hear him. And he's like, the NRA, they're basically the gun lobby. So those big gun rifle companies, pay the NRA. So that's just wrong. I mean, that guy don't know, but he don't care. And he's telling everybody with authority, like if he knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't have an NRA, I mean, if the NRA was being effective, I wouldn't say this because it sucks to have to say one of our resources is weak. But if we didn't have an NRA, that guy couldn't say that. And he would have to say the gun lobby, that's that guy sitting over at that table over here in us. And it's that guy over there maybe. And it's not us, but it's probably those people. And that would be a different world if they didn't think the NRA was those guys, those corporations. They love to hate corporations. They've got everybody trained that corporations are evil now. So if the NRA is just a bunch of gun corporations, that's an easy boogeyman. If the NRA is us, the 5 million members of it, that's hard to put a, that's pointing a finger at all of us. They don't have the balls to do it, and they don't probably want to do it. They don't want to know that their neighbors are in the NRA.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that, and like you said, that they might have gotten a little bit too big for their britches. But let me ask you this, G, is would the 5 million members of the NRA writing emails or letters or calling the NRA, will that make much of a difference, or are they going to kind of do what they feel is right?
The NRA, you're never going to get 5 million members to do anything because we're all different. The 5 to 10 people in this room, however, ain't going to write the same letter, right? We're even going to all write a letter. So you're never going to get 5 million of them to do anything. That's fine. But as far as having their ear, their president is Pete Brownells. So instead of just being some guy, it's some guy who we all buy stuff from and who has a store. And if we want leverage on somebody who is the president of the NRA, he has a store. We're capitalists.
You want me to say it?
Go for it.
Don't buy stuff from Brownells if you want to affect change with the NRA.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
there's like even, and I said it for a reason, because there's way more underneath this that's damaging. The NRA has done everything it can to cement themselves as the face of the gun owner at every level in the political arena. I know here in Texas, if you want any sort of professional firearm certification, even if you think you want to go to the police academy, you have to be an NRA member and take basic NRA pistol classes just to get your T-Clock certification and start from there. There's a lot of states that tie their programs into the NRA, and you get this whole thing that's out there, and the simple fact of the matter is some of their programs are great, but some of their programs are just absolutely horrible, and you got people running around doing all kinds of things because they're an NRA instructor. They're an NRA instructor. And then you have other organizations, like anybody that is not a member of USCCRA. The amount of DVDs and training materials by the people that have done these DVDs, they bury you in material. Their training programs in the area of defensive gun use and home defensive gun use and legal things, they blow the NRA stuff away. And these are guys like, Mas Ayub, Tom Givens, I mean, people that have been doing this forever, okay? Guys that we want to have a voice for us, more so than the NRA thing. So I think that not only has it gotten too big, like you say, and gotten too full of itself, now it's gotten an ego. That
absolutely.
That press release that they did was completely and totally saying, "Oh, go ahead, test. We support bump fire restrictions. But you check and you said that they were legal, so you said it was okay." And they're playing this weird game, and it's all like an ego game because they're getting bashed in the first place. They were getting bashed before the Vegas thing happened.
Yeah. The problem I have, he said, this isn't anything new. The unfortunate thing is, 48 hours, maybe not even that much after the incident in Vegas, they come out and put a statement on their website that shredded the hopes of a lot of pro-gun people, not because we care about bump stocks. I mean, I honestly, I don't care about bump fire stocks. I could care less. But don't sit there and say that they have to look at it to see if it's something that should be banned or restricted. That's not what you're there for. I'm not paying you money to hand something to a group of people that want to take a lot more, because here's the thing. They take bump stocks. What's next? And the NRA basically handed them the bump stocks.
Well, the
Like I said,
wording that they used was any device that results in a semi-automatic rifle operating similarly to fully automatic.
That's right. There's an entire. I mean, there is a ton of stuff.
That's a drop-in trigger. That's a gas and adjustable gas block. That's a drill bit to open up the gas port in your rifle, which changes the cyclic rate. It's the buffer. It's the springs. It's literally whatever they want.
And that was my thing is I don't care about bump stocks, but you give them one, and now there's precedence. Now there's precedence where the anti-gun community can come out and say they've already given us this, so we can go take this, and this because there's precedence. The NRA, under a tragedy, it was a tragedy, but the NRA will fold to public opinion. That's not the message that we need to be sending. I'd much rather have Eric Pratt out there on CNN going toe-to-toe and saying, look, I'm not saying this isn't a tragedy, but don't tell me that we have this. He says, no, we don't. We're ranked number 100, not number 1 in murder rate. We're ranked not even the top 100 when it comes to out of everyone. You know, he went head to head, and that's what I want to hear is say, look, we're not going to stand by and give you everything that you want. And I'll tell you what, if you want to take, I'll tell you what, we were talking about this earlier. If you want to take bump stocks away from us, that's fine. If you want to do this, have your bump stocks, you're going to give us the share and you're going to give us national reciprocity, or we're not going to play ball. You take your chances and roll the dice on trying to pass something through Congress that's going to limit what you can and can't use on these rifles. If you want to do that, you give us the share and you give us national reciprocity. If the answer is no, then go back to the hole you crawled in on. That's what we should be saying is the NRA.
Here's my biggest problem.
There's no doubt here.
Go ahead, Noel.
Go ahead, Hottie.
I was just going to say that, you brought up something a minute ago, public opinion. And that's my biggest problem with the statement that the NRA came out and said. Because now when the stuff does go to the state house or the Senate floor or whatever, they're going to be able to say, hey, look, even the NRA supports this. So that means 5 million gun owners support this.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, we're going to take this away. Yeah. I mean, the biggest supports it. So why shouldn't we?
Can I pose a question?
Go for it. Absolutely.
Is there anybody else out there that's sit back now for all this time and have listened to this and has read and has done all this that feels this is a dog and pony show for several reasons? Number one, Trump's been around in there forever. Trump, we pretty much know, will sign whatever Democrat or Republican push that gets to his desk. I think he'll pretty much just sign it. I think he's got an open pen. And we really haven't got anything of substance to speak of. And then when you look at it, I mean, there's no real way to pass legislation. I mean, the ATF could certainly blacklist or kill manufacturer of the bump fire stocks, but there's really no way to enforce this. There's really no way, you can't really go out and round them up per se. And then when you get into devices and all of this language, there's no way something that broad could get through even potentially a Democrat, controlled Congress. I don't think. Is there anybody that's sitting back there that's thinking that we're just seeing a dog and pony show? They're trying to divide the right. They're trying because we're individuals and they're trying to divide us up.
There's an election cycle next year that they're going to try to hope to remember by next November. The election cycle comes back around. People are going to have forgotten about this because we might be at war with North Korea or other stuff. So what they're going to try to do right now is they're going to get on camera. These politicians are going to get on camera, make their statements, howl at the moon, so that their constituents back home hear them saying certain things. I hope that's the case, Clover.
Look at it from the standpoint of the politics of the situation. The NRA worded the thing for the ATF to review the bump fire. The ATF's already approved the bump fire. The ATF is the executive branch of the government. They answer to the president. And so, no, the ATF is not going to make that determination and put Trump and the executive branch in a negative political right. Then the NRA turns around and says, we support restricting any device that alters the cyclic rate of fire, basically.
That's right.
And then they said at the very end, but give us national reciprocity. Now, politicians yank national reciprocity so the NRA can say, hey, man, we asked for it, but, you know, they wouldn't play along. All we can do is ask. They are completely divorcing themselves from this entire situation, and it is exactly what you just said, Clover. It's a midterm election dog and pony show.
That's right.
I agree.
I don't agree. There's this wording is every bit as vague as the 1934, and it's every bit as vague as the more recent assault weapons ban. So, no, it said things that it said horrible things about firearms. If they make a gun fold, you know, they said stupid vague things, and we pass laws. I wouldn't be dismissive of poorly written laws. I'd be scared shitless of poorly written laws.
Oh no, dude, just the opposite. That's my point. Is it's not dismissive. I mean, they threw the net out as wide as they could possibly throw it, and yeah,
they opened
now
up
that
11 different doors, not just one.
Yeah, and so now, you know, like I said, now comes the political theater of, can they pull that net in as wide as they cast it, or where is it going to end up? Okay, like Trey just said, maybe it just ends up with, oh, okay, we'll just take bump stocks. But then what's the wording for why they're taking bump stocks? It's like no matter what here, it can go in so many different directions, and everybody's kicking the ball.
That's the thing, is you got to watch out when they say, you know, their wording, you know, what all they could throw in it.
Yeah, because like I said, when you make the statement that they did, and when they use the word anything, that's a scary, scary word, because you can interpret the word anything 11,000 different ways.
Yep.
I mean, that's the scary word. When they say anything, that's scary.
Yeah, but we've talked about it too, as to I'm a bill on Capitol Hill. I mean, all this stuff goes through a process. It's going to be debated on the floor. The language is going to be redone. It's going to, and even then, once it's all redone, there's still no chance that it's going to pass. And I mean, I agree that we've had really crappy legislation in the past. At least 4 major pieces come to mind really, really quick. I don't know. I've just got this feeling that I don't know necessarily that it's midterm play, or it's just to try to paint, you know, anybody that is, you know, from the middle to the right is crazy, because we're all constantly talking about this and ranting and railing. I don't know the motive behind it.
My point is that I don't want the NRA fighting this battle using the same vagary that's being thrown out them.
Correct.
I think the stand needed to be more clear.
Correct.
You know, not you know, shall not be infringed. Not, you know, not that extreme, but it needed to be more crystal clear about this, and this.
You know what I would have liked to have heard?
Their use of political language is what gets me about the NRA. Get away from the political speak.
Yeah, you're you know, here's what I would have loved the NRA to sit there and say. It is a tragedy what happened in Las Vegas. We are sorry. We are praying for the families of the victims. The bump fire stock is an attachment that can be used in a lot of different ways. But I would love him to come out and say, I would love them to come out and say, you know, basically, look, you cannot blame the gun community and the guns and the attachments themselves for what a crazy person did in a hotel. Are you going to start to ban cars because in London a guy ran over 87 people? Are you going to start banning vehicles in London Square? I mean, you can't. I would have liked them to come out on a combative saying, look, I know what you're trying to do, and we're not going to let you do it. You're not going to blame the gun community for a crazy guy, a monster, an evil person that was up in a hotel room. You're not going to do it, because that guy had nothing that was illegal that we know of. That we know of, nothing was illegal. He passed all background checks. He's just a freaking crazy, batshit crazy evil person. And you can't blame the rest of the gun community because that fool did something tragically.
Hey, dude, Eric Pratt. He was eloquent. He was well spoken. He
Yes.
was factually correct.
Yes.
He was easy to understand, and he was vicious, brutal, and unyielding while keeping it rated F for family.
Yeah. I think this probably conversation could go on for like another hour, and I don't want to step on Night Strikes. He started a few minutes ago. I don't want to stop on Hit or Miss. Good God, I swear I'm going to get my Velcro stripped before next week. I'm not going to step on Hit or Miss's toes too much. So what I want to do right now is remind everybody of the drill of the month. Go ahead and check it out on my channel. You have the end of October, and we will you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and send us your video response. Watch the video. It gives you the email address if you don't want to put your response in the comment section. Other than that, guys, check out ghosttactical.us. It has all my ventures with VidMe and all that good stuff. I'm going to go through the room right now and let you guys plug anything that you got to plug. Let's start with Hottie. I know you've got Hottie. You need to go check out his Instagram stuff. It's pretty good.
To Hottie206 on Instagram. Doing reposting right now, but very, very soon. I got a couple projects in the works.
He's got some cool stuff coming out.
It will be coming out, pretty soon here.
Awesome. Thanks for coming up, brother. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks
Ellis,
for the invite as usual, man.
Absolutely. Anytime. You're always welcome. Ellis, what you got?
I will say this again. I know you're probably getting sick of hearing it, but check out GunChannels. It's a great source for anything you need to know about firearms. There's guys out there that can tell you anything you need to know. Be sure to check out Clover's Chat coming up Thursday. That's always interesting. And thanks for inviting me, man.
Absolutely. Mid Tennessee Outdoors. I'm really glad to have you. It's kind of a weird time to have you out. I'd like to have you back where we can dedicate some more time to your channel. But with all that's going on in the gun community, it's kind of hard to not to talk about some of this stuff. So go ahead and plug your stuff, brother.
Very understandable. Yeah, Clover Tack had me on a hunting show, and I don't hunt. so, hey, I'm used to it. No, I appreciate you having me on. Go check out my YouTube channel, Mid-10 Outdoors. And from there, you can find all the other stuff, the website, Instagram, all of it. And to Hottie, I just subbed to you on Instagram. So I appreciate everything you've done for us, and I appreciate everything G-Webs is doing for the gun community too. He does a ton of stuff out of his own.
Yeah, people don't really realize what he did in the last month and a half. And I'm gonna let G talk about the Loophole Tour and anything else you want to talk about real quick. Go ahead, G. He might be out. We'll go to Jimmy real quick. Jimmy, I know you got to talk about the early watch and the Daily Gun Show.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate you hosting the show tonight. And yeah, check out GunChannels. I just want to run an echo chamber. It's a great place, so come on down.
You got it.
Fucking dogs.
Hell yeah, get you some. Get you some. Fucking dog. Hey, what's up, Noah? What you got, bro?
I'd like to just say support Ghost Tactical at Patreon, ghosttactical.com. I mean, the man's out here with defective patches trying to put on a good show. They're just falling off. I mean, you can help just keep one patch intact for our host. Think about that.
It's okay.
Just think of my patch supplier, guys.
Don't
My
make me
patch
get
supplier
Sally Field.
screwed me. You play the quiet, sad music in the background. All right, Clover. I know you've got about 3 or 4 things you need to plug, so go ahead and take it away, man.
I'm not gonna go that crazy with it. Yeah, thanks for getting me on. Yeah, everybody get over. Ghost needs a couple more patrons, and then he can buy a good Velcro strip, a decent one. I will plug real quick my October giveaway. That's going to end Halloween night. Going to give away one of the Foam Action Sports Rest. Check out the reviews and all that on my channel for those if you're not familiar with them. Gonna do a basically a jack-o'-lantern pop that night too. So there's the link for that to get all signed up and get your chance to win it. Thanks for having me, Ghost.
You got it. And I want to say thank you to we had a big crowd on Gun Channel side and on the YouTube side. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I know that most of them is probably already taken off and headed over to Hit or Miss, but thank you for watching, guys. If you have any show topics or suggestions or questions, you can put them in the comments below on this, or you can email them to live@ghosttactical.us. Like I said, go check out all these guys on YouTube, VidMe, Instagram. There's some really awesome content creators on the Gun Channel side. We are welcoming more members. If you know another content creator that's on YouTube that might be a smaller channel that you think that needs to have their voice heard, I think that G and these guys would love to welcome new content creators on the Gun Channel. So have them get a hold of G, have them join Gun Channels. It's free. If you want to support Gun Channels, there is an option to do that. I will say this, please check out, I'm going to put it over here real quick on the link, but please check out the gunshowloophole.com, and it will help G Webs and what he does so much for the gun community, the Second Amendment community, the local gun shops. Go check out Gun Show Loophole Tour. Go check out gun websites. You can check out gun websites on YouTube as also. He does a lot of different stuff from the tour on that. So go check him out. G, are you around? Do you have anything you want to say before we go?
No, thanks for being here, though. It was nice to have some.
All right, guys. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just saying thanks for being here. It was nice to have some distractions tonight.
Yeah, anytime, man. If you need anything, you've got a support group here. If you need anything, we're all here to help you out. So anything else, guys, before we head out? We good?
We're good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching Tactical Tuesday again. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 Central. Go check out Hit or Miss with Night Strike on YouTube. It's Night Strike 1 on Gun Channels. You guys already know where it is, but go check out Hit or Miss with Smeggy and all those guys. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, Semper Fi.